Welcome back, folks. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, and Diego Gatica. We are here to stream the last of our matches over this 7 days. This is a match we've been waiting for. It's the revenge match between Team Bolivia, who defeated Team Mexico in the 18 boys doubles 3 days ago in the pool play. Mexico, after they lost in the tiebreak, said, we're going to get the revenge, and here we are. Your thoughts on this match, Gustavo?
I personally still have to feel that Team Bolivia has the advantage today. A lot of it has to do with the amount of play that Sebastián Fernández has had. As you know, he played both singles and is now playing the final doubles as well. Earlier he lost to Lalo Portillo, and you could see that his arm was hurting and fatigue has set in. So the only thing I see could happen here would be that he has a resurgence of energy come forth to get them the win that they want so bad. But I would still have to say that Bolivia has the advantage this afternoon.
And both Bolivian players went both ways as well. However, they lost in the semis yesterday, which gave them a day off in the singles. So maybe that will come to fruition, that rest will help. Rodriguez is going to have to pick up a little bit of slack, at least on the serve. We don't anticipate Fernandez doing any of his patented power drive serves. He didn't show that in the singles
at all. At all. No, he did not. Right.
So, folks, this is the 30th edition of the International Racquetball Federation World Junior Racquetball Championships here in San Luis Potosí at arguably one of the finest facilities in the world. 12 countries, over 200 players. This is the finale, and we're waiting for our head referee to show up. And it looks like it's Ramon De Leon from Santo Domingo in Dominican Republic. On the left as a lines person will be from Cuenca, Ecuador, Maria Paz Munoz. On the right, we have from Cali in Colombia, Cristina Maya. So this is the best of three. First two games are 15. If it does go to the tiebreak, it'll be 11 points. And we're about to play. Gustavo, before we get going, any thoughts on the tournament as a whole, and the hospitality, etc., here in this great city of San Luis Potosí?
I have to say it was one of the better ones, if not the best one I've been to in my 10-plus years of going to the World Junior Championships. I did see a lot of family-oriented play here. Of course, these are juniors, so the parents showed up, very, very involved in the games of their kids, supporting them in the great sport of ours, racquetball. As you said, the facility itself is spectacular, not only for racquetball, but for tennis, swimming. I believe they have karate championships here as well, volleyball. Spectacular facility, and I know we will be back.
Yeah, it's an athletic and sporting discipline city, if you will. Just tremendous. So Ramon is going through the pre-match orientation. On his left, we have Rodriguez and Fernandez from Mexico. On his right, we have
Gerson.
Yeah, Gerson Miranda, thank you. And Fernando Ruiz Michel. The photos now, the photo op. I want to thank our two main sponsors for the International Racquetball Federation. The ball is provided by Gearbox, and the official racket is E-Force. So the players hugging. Again, they met 3 days ago, went one of the best matches ever streamed from the IRF network. And Bolivia came on top. I believe it was a 11-6 tiebreak.
We have a lot more sponsors than just those two, and I can say that in years to come, there will be more sponsors of the IRF, the International Racquetball Federation.
We encourage everybody to go to internationalracquetball.com and preview the website. You can make a contribution, and you can print out the set of international rules, which differ in many ways from U.S. rules and Canadian rules. Here we go, game one. 2 serves, 2 timeouts, 3 available appeals, 2 minutes between games. That's Ruiz serving. We have a dead ball hinder. We'll replay it. First serve again. The call is repite from our Latin referee, De Leon.
Who is an excellent ball player himself from the Dominican.
So that ball hit his partner who was legally situated in the doubles box. That's a fault serve, second serve. Errant shot by Michel as a side out. Gustavo, you and I talked about types of serves to a lefty-righty combination. One of them was just shown.
Yeah, they're definitely putting the ball in the center of the court, which forces one of the 2 players to either take the backhand or come around and try to take the forehand, putting them out of position for the next shot. That was a side out.
It was actually a point. It was a errant shot by Michel, so it was .1.
I saw that ball skip.
It did skip.
Yes.
Mexico earned a point on it. Michel hit it.
Yes, yes, yes. Good call, Gary. You make the call.
You get a mulligan, my friend. Another. So early in this match, Michel, 3 unforced errors.
He tends to like power, and he's going to keep doing that. I'm referring to Michel. That time he did.
That was a baseball player, 1 for 4. He'd be getting $20 million a year.
.250 batting average. It's a good batting average.
Bolivia coming in, trying to earn their first point in the early part of game one. Fernando Ruiz Michel serving for Team Bolivia. Short serve called. So he's going the opposite way with that drive, trying to handcuff Rodriguez on the left. Now he goes back to the middle. Although there was contact there, that ball cracked out back wall, so hand out. A serve.
Jefferson has to be one of the hardest hitters of this tournament.
We were talking about he and his compatriot, his partner, Ruiz. Sometimes they have a drive serve contest. Who can pound the ball hardest? As long as they get the ball in, that's great.
They're both very, very powerful hitters. They are not that big either. A lot of snap on the ball.
That's impressive. So now he's 2 for 5. His salary
$40 million.
His salary just went up as Fernandez skips one. So Bolivia has forged ahead in game one, 4-3.
That serve looks like a good serve from here, but Referee De Leon called it short.
Arturo Martin is the, Arturo Martin, multiple world championships. We counted about 28 of them. He's the coach for Mexico. And I don't see Tapia or Mercado for Bolivia, so Bolivian team, at least at this moment, doesn't have a coach. Oh, they're over on court 1 watching their 16 doubles.
Different than a lot of the teams that came here. The Bolivians came with less coaching entourage than some of the other teams.
We're having a discussion with De Leon. Bottom line is their second server, and it's 4-3. It's a great serve. Jamming Fernandez to his backhand side along that right wall.
Nice get by Rodriguez. Unbelievable. And he almost got that.
Yes, he almost got it. 5-3 in game 1. Team Bolivia serving Gerson. Skip ball. I won't call that an unforced error. It was a great pass. He was fortunate to get to it. There's what you were calling, he might get through this with adrenaline, so he goes to his
power
drive serve. Great coverage. So a handout. Oh, nice. So he settled down. He settled down. He rolls that ball out. It's 5-3. Still coming cross court into Rodriguez.
That's surprising. I think he'd try to do a jam more to the center court.
There's the center. In order for Rodriguez to take a backhand, he's going to have to push that ball lower and harder. Second server. Each team is allowed 2 serves. 2 players both serve, except for the first inning, first team in each game. Short serve called by De Leon.
That ball's going so fast, but what I can say from the angle here, that looked good.
That's why you're here at the commentary desk and De Leon is reffing.
Yes.
Just gave my partner in crime here a compliment.
Good call. Avoidable. Should have jumped higher. Travers would have been proud of that call. Coach Tom Travers.
Problem with Travers today because he doesn't have any more matches tomorrow. He saved his timeouts for tomorrow, and the tournament's over.
He has a bunch, I understand.
That's called poetic license, folks. Tom Travers, our friend, has done a wonderful, marvelous job with Team Guatemala. Current world champion Gabriel Martinez got to the final again, went down in a tiebreak to Mejia. It's the third straight time that Mejia has beat Gabby in the Junior World Championships. Last year in the final in the 16s, and this year it's 18s. Yes, I'm sorry, first year of 18s, and this year in the pool play, and now today in the final. I stand corrected. I get my mulligan from my.
Gabby has one more year, I understand. In the
No.
18s. That's it.
Last year was her first year. Yes. Same with Mejia. They're done.
They're both done.
That's impressive. That's like two heavyweight boxers punching back, pairing, boom. Who wins?
Timeout, Mexico.
So the score is 7-3 in favor of Bolivia here in the first game. And Diego, take it away. We'll be back, folks. Stay tuned.
What's the Olympic dream? The Olympic dream is hard work, it's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
Welcome back, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. This is the final stream match, the final match of the tournament. Boys 18 doubles. Team Bolivia trying to earn the gold against Team Mexico. Bolivia serves Ruiz 7-3. That's impressive.
He fired that one right back at him.
Great timeout by Mexico. First service is returned with a side out. So second server is Gerson Miranda. Both of the Bolivian players lost in semis of singles. They'll take a bronze home. Rodriguez did not play singles. Fernandez lost earlier in the tiebreak in the final to his compatriot, his countryman, Lalo Portillo. Congratulations to Lalo. He awarded a point on that. Failure to move, which is appealed.
That's a textbook call. Stands.
Folks, after you hit the ball, you're on defense. You must give each of the players on offense a direct, accessible movement to the ball. And that was a failure to move. So it's 4-7, Mexico serving. And that, wow, we thought that ball was down. Great hands.
That time it was down. Both the Bolivian kids still have one more year, Gary, do you know?
Yes.
In the 18s then, they'll be back.
And I believe Lalo has another year as well. No? Been corrected. So Lalo, yeah, in his last match of his junior career, won it. Thank you.
But Sebastian has one more year.
Yes.
And Gerson and
Yeah.
of course
Sebastian does, not Lalo. So one Mexican and two Bolivians. Yet with the legacy that both federations have established, we'll probably see more coming from the 16s to the 18s next year. In fact, Over on our court 1, we have the Bolivian 16 doubles. Current champion Diego Garcia, who won the 16 singles, is now playing in doubles against Mexico. And Bolivia won game 1 15-11, and they're about to close out game 2. They lead 4-13, Mexico serving. So let's talk a little about this tournament. It's the 30th edition of the World Juniors. It's in San Luis, which is one of 2 Mexican cities which has hosted this. A total of 10 cities in 4 countries have hosted this tournament. The other one is close to you, and we were there back in 2004, I believe, or
2005, Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua.
Ciudad Juarez.
Where our friend, player Miguel Gardea.
Gardea, one of the greatest Mexican coaches in the history of Mexico. I mean, he's got a cadre of junior players, probably second to nobody.
He was not here for this tournament, but he certainly has been to a lot of the junior tournaments before. There was no shortage of Mexican coaches, I will say that. There was plenty of coaches for all of the players.
So that's a loss of rally. Bolivia comes in to serve 7-6. Fascinating earlier match, men's final between 2 Mexicans. The protocol is no coaching. So neither player had a coach.
I think that's correct. I think that's correct, and I think the fans were just applauding and enjoying good racquetball, whoever scored the point.
Oh, nice. Front wall, right side wall kiss winner. So a handout, Gerson serving.
Gerson.
Garçon.
Gerson Miranda.
Since we have French Canadians here, we'll call him Garçon. Gerson. With a hey, a G. Rodriguez left side, pinch winner. Exciting racquetball here in San Luis.
He likes that corner.
Speaking of liking corners, Ruiz answers with a reverse rollout.
Shoulder height, reverse rollout.
So 3 of the 4 players here. I'm going to ask our producer, Diego, to let me know about Rodriguez, but at least 3 of the 4 will be back next year. So it's confirmed that Rodriguez will not be back in the junior portion of racquetball next year. So the other 3 will. That's exciting. And Rodriguez is sure making a show of his last hurrah in the juniors today, Gustavo.
So Ruiz is also in his last year. Both teams then have a reason to want to win this more than just coming out as junior world champions. It's the last chance a couple of these guys will have.
Right side winner, Fernandez. Ties the score at 7. Empate, first game. 2 out of 3. Pass left side. Rodriguez couldn't get to it. Did everything he could, but was outside his reach after he dove for the ball. It's a tremendous Z to that left side.
Wow. That time he went to the opposite corner, reverse pinch.
And now we see Gustavo Felipe Mercado. One of the Bolivian coaches has shown up after his 16 boys doubles team wins the World Cup, World Championship on the court one.
Nice stab.
Skip in. Looked like it skipped from here, but he called it good, so it's 8-8. Keeps pounding those drive serves left side.
I think that puts Gerson in a very unfavorable position if that ball comes off the back wall real fast.
No holds barred. They're not holding up. No hinder call. No two bounce call. Point scored is the call. So there's nine eight. Down ball. Gerson calming his partner. Ruiz down. Another short serve. His percentage of first serves has not been good this game. So he goes with the half lob left side with a Z angle. Point scored for Bolivia on the skip by Team Mexico, 10-8, game one.
Some of the conversation we were having earlier, Gary, about the fact that I would say not more than
So the call there, excuse me, we'll continue that theme momentarily. I believe he called an avoidable hinder against Mexico. Point scored. We'll see what pans out. Call stands.
what I was saying was that the percentage of first serves in has been probably around the 10% mark from everything I have seen as far as matches I've refereed and matches I've watched. It takes a lot of time. One of the reasons one might say that it might be good to go to a one-serve racquetball again, speed the game up perhaps. They have no incentive to get that first serve in other than
cracking it out.
Yep, exactly.
And we have a broken ball. You saw Fernandez checking the ball. The only legitimate way to check for a broken ball is to squeeze it. Any other method, it's not counted.
So if he would have hit that ball afterwards, the referee could have said, no, it broke after the point, and they could have lost that point.
Well put.
Something that some of my fellow YMCA players have no idea on some of the rules that pertain to racquetball and why they exist.
They have their own agenda. Rodriguez, Team Mexico, second server, is serving 9-11 game one. This is the best of three. Fernandez, Gerson, And Rodriguez puts it in the floor. You're also talking about the low percentage of first serves. We can discuss 2 serves versus 1 or 1 versus 2, but this is the last match of the tournament, which has been held over 7 days. Fatigue, arm fatigue, full body fatigue, certainly the legs give out. And so the percentages are going to go down. Now, will that trigger a change in strategy? We'll see. At least that time it did. He goes with the secure backhand Z lob.
Nice shot.
And guess what? They got a point off of it. So now 3 points from game 1. That's pretty.
Reverse pinch again, shoulder height. Does that very well.
So we have game point number 1, 14-9. Miranda serving, same serve. Rodriguez. Oh, nice.
He does that so well. So well. Great wrist hand action.
Soft hands.
Makes it look so easy.
Had the opportunity to share the microphone with Alexei Coco a couple matches ago, and Fernandez is endearingly known as Patata.
I'm not sure where that comes from, but I think it has to do, he was a little bit chunky when he was younger. Not at all that way now. He is
svelte.
He is a physical specimen.
So there's an appeal. Call stands, appeal used. So Bolivia has 1 appeal remaining. Mexico 2 in game 1. And unlike the U.S., Gustavo, there's no bogus one at the end if you're out of them. You either have it or you don't.
Beautiful shot. They're still in it. Timeout, Bolivia.
We'll call it a bonus one, not a bogus one, because it's in the rules. In U.S. play, folks, we're going to stay here. We're going to stay here. U.S. play, if a team or a player in singles has used their allotment of available appeals, if it's game point 14 with either player, they can appeal. Here they have to have one available. So let's go through some of the other differences between U.S. and IRF rules.
Well, aside from that one, that, of course, just explaining what the appeals rule is to begin with. Now in international racquetball, you have 3 appeals per game, and appeals used is what we're talking about. So the only way an appeal will not count against you is if it is reversed. In other words, the 2 lines people have to disagree with the call made by the referee.
And that's not accurate in U.S. play. If either linesperson disagrees with the call, whether it's reversed or whether there's a replay, it's not a used appeal. Also, as soon as Fernandez strikes this ball, he and Rodriguez may move out of the respective zones in the service area. That's not true in U.S. play. The ball has to cross the short line.
Another important rule difference is the doubles. They're appealing again. In the doubles, the teams have to let the referee know each game what order they're going to serve in USAR doubles. You do not need to do that. You can actually change server every inning.
So Mexico appealed. I'm not sure what the appeal was, but it didn't. Yes, they lost the appeal, so they have one left. Both teams have one left. They lost an appeal on that. Ball's down. Second server. Mexico looking to tie and then earn game one. Bolivia looking to get a side out.
They're appealing that. I believe it was 2 bounces. They're appealing that he got it, that Sebastian got it.
It was apparent here that it was 2 bounces before he got his racket on that ball.
Yes, sir.
So now Mexico has exhausted their 3 appeals. This is a coaching strategy people need to be aware of. Sometimes they use them too soon, and then when they really need them, they don't have them available.
Same goes for timeouts, and if you should try and use an appeal or a timeout when you don't have any, you can be charged delay a game and a technical, minus a point.
We just saw Fernandez be a little more animated than he has the whole week. He gave the back wall a stare. That's animation from him. So that cross-court serve by Ruiz kicked out, and Rodriguez was able to hit a cross-court winner right side. Game point number 2 for Team Bolivia. He amped that one up a little bit, did he not? Probably better off going with that serve. Now he gets the setup. Dynamic rally won by Team Bolivia with that last shot into the floor by Rodriguez. So game 1, Bolivia 15, Mexico 13. We'll have a 2-minute break and we'll be back. Please stay tuned, folks. We appreciate you.
The gearbox leather sticks to my hand like it is my skin.
The best feeling in the world. You pull that thing out of the package and you can kind of just feel it still molded into the way they packaged it.
It's honestly is one of the best feelings ever. You put the new glove and you're like, I got this. It's so light and so like comfortable that I feel like I'm playing with my bare hand.
The grip is a lot better, so I love having new gloves.
Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Diego Gatica. We have USA, Uruguay, and Chile represented at this commentary desk. We have Team Mexico trying to force a tiebreak against Team Bolivia. So Gustavo, we had 2 years ago the following rules changed. We endearingly called it the 2-2-2-3 rule. So would you review that for our audience?
Yes, going through in the order at which it usually happens is 2 serves. Used to be 1 serve in some of the pro or open events. 2 timeouts and 2 minutes between each of the games. The tiebreak used to be 5 minutes, and now they brought it down to 2. The appeals are at 3, and that used to be, if I recall, 5-5-3 in the tiebreak. So that's helped in speeding up the game a bit, and that's what we're trying to accomplish, to make it a more visible sport for our audience, easier to understand.
Yeah. Visible and user-friendly. As you see, Team Bolivia with a side out, or side out as a handout with the first team serving in a game. 1 player serves. More animation. We got the look from Fernandez. So it's 1-0. Bolivia trying to earn a title here in the 18 boys doubles. A little out of sync, Team Mexico.
Great get by Michelle.
That's down. Snap, forehand, cross-court kill. Fernandez. 0-2, game 3. Game 2. We're not at the tiebreak yet. We'll review again. Our head official is Ramon de Leon from the Dominican Republic. On the left, Maria Paz Munoz from Ecuador. On the right, Cristina Amaya from Colombia. As you just saw, Michelle floor the ball. Two.
Jerson calming Michelle down a little bit. Great pass.
Yeah, Ruiz started a little shaky in game 1 and calmed down and rallied. And now they find themselves with a 2-point deficit, 4 serving 2 in game 2. Neither team has used a timeout thus far. It might be a good time for Team Bolivia. We'll see what happens on this rally. And it might be a good time with that sidewall, front wall, sidewall kiss winner.
And there it is, timeout.
So we're going to stay here. Thank you to Diego to continue the theme of rules. So we're trying to make the game more user-friendly. A couple years ago with the changes, the 2-2-2-3, it made the game more efficient, fewer delays. Now we've received some dialogue and some suggestions. For example, maybe put a tin, a smaller tin. The World Squash has a tin that's 18 inches above the floor. And we've received a suggestion, maybe a few centimeters.
If I could comment on that, Gary, let's start with the ball. We're seeing that already. Some of the suggestions are being implemented. The gearbox ball is a slower ball. We're actually having ceiling balls hit again, something which disappeared with some of the balls we've been using for the last 15, 20 years. And I don't know if our fans can and racquetball friends can see that, but the ball, even with the power these guys hit it, they still have a chance to get to it because it slows down.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Other suggestions have been to create a rally scoring format, which means whether you're on offense or defense, if you win the rally, you earn a point. and maybe extend the game to 21 points. And before we continue with the play-by-play, one last thing. If you go to internationalracquetball.com, you can check the format for rules changes, what needs to be done and when.
We are going through a bit of a cleanup now on the rules, the 2016-18 rules. And that doesn't mean rule changes. It just means some rules cleanup in terms of the wording and understanding of the same.
Broken ball.
One of the things I found interesting, which we read about today, was that it's actually in the rules that if the rule is not in the rule book, the official makes the determination. And there have been cases where officials have made determinations on rules which are not clearly stated in the rule book.
Very well put. Mexico serving 7-2. Second server, Rodriguez. And we'll make that 8-2 with the reverse into the right corner. So Bolivia took a timeout. Didn't change what happened. Fernando Ruiz Michel serving. Gustavo, hopefully one could see on that serve why he's going left. He's trying to jam the ball at 36 feet into that left side wall. Rodriguez, however, is quick enough and has the tools to respond defensively, and they won the rally. And they won the second rally, so they'll earn the serve coming into serve 8-2.
Fernandez capitalized quickly on the fact he saw that the right side player, Michel, was out of position. He did a reverse pinch, got the point, side out.
9-2. The tide has changed. Mexico now in charge. Nobody home. Excuse me. Nobody home on the left side for Bolivia that time. So reverse into the right corner produces point number 10. Reverse by Gerson.
Impressive reverse.
Nicola by Rodriguez that time. It was rare. That has been rare in this match. 11-2, 4 points from forcing a tiebreak. So folks, when we return, Mexico will be serving second server 11-2. We are here in San Luis Potosí at Club Deportiva La Loma. We'll be back.
What's the Olympic dream? The Olympic dream is hard work, it's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
And we're back, Gary Mazarov. Gustavo Farel, Diego Gatica here in San Luis Potosí. Rodriguez, Team Mexico, serving boys 18 doubles. This is game 2 of 3, perhaps. Mexico lost the first. They're trying to forge a tiebreak. And that'll help. So now we have game point number 1 here in game 2.
No.
Great coverage here. Enjoy it, folks.
Wow.
Twenty-two exchanges.
Nothing to be said there. Impressive. Both teams.
Ball skip. So it's now 4-12. I said earlier it was game point number 1, but it wasn't. It was an error on the scoreboard. So it's been corrected. It's 4-12. Gerson Miranda serving. So we had a different twist on Fernandez's serve as well, nicking to the right. Didn't produce a point.
Very difficult to see that ball come off the glass. With or without speed. I do have to say, the day today being overcast has made it a little bit easier in here to see. When the sun's coming in the mornings, it's even harder. Great serve, cracked out.
It's changed our attire today too. We've been in shorts for 5-6 days, and now people are bundled up. 5-12. Second serve. See what the call is. There was a hold up. Fernandez held up, safety hold up. Now let's see if we get a call. No less than it should be a replay, dead ball hinder.
I concur with that.
Fernandez thinks it should be an avoidable hinder.
Good he didn't swing, could have hit him.
So it's overruled, or it's not overruled?
Yes, it was.
I saw disgust on the face of Rodriguez. It was overruled, which means the appeal does not count. They still have 3 appeals left. And they earned a handout. The nuances of the game, understanding protocol, how to appeal, understanding the rules. Great dynamics during that match, during that rally. I was watching the positioning of Team Bolivia. After the serve, they actually went to a pretty much of an I formation, a staggered I.
We saw a lot of teams do that this tournament. For some, it worked very well. For others, caused more confusion.
I think they're appealing a court hinder off that back glass. The call was no court hinder. Call stands. So 13 points for Mexico, and it should be an appeal used from Bolivia. Great touch by Ruiz, pushing that backhand to deep court. That was a controlled pass, and Rodriguez wasn't able to negotiate a return because the ball was along that concrete wall. Dos botes, the call from Ramon. Gerson Miranda, bronze medalist in the singles here in the boys 18, as is his partner Ruiz. IRF gives out 2 bronze. This third place match is not played. Saludos to our friend Miguel Perea, president of Racquetball Mexico, and his lovely wife, Ramona.
Nice get.
Great athleticism, folks. Appreciate it. So, dead ball hinder, court hinder based on the bounce. There are no designated court hinders, but when a ball takes an errant bounce, including on a wet spot, the referee has license to make that call, which he did.
The only court hinder I've seen was off the lights, where it hits the light, it comes straight down. Definitely a replay. It has to detract the ball significantly to be called.
So a point awarded. Team Bolivia doesn't agree. Based on their athleticism and their history, they probably could have gotten to that ball. Yet De Leon called a point. So it's game point number 1, 14-6. And there it is, 15-6 in game 2. Team Mexico forces a tiebreak, and they will have their choice to serve or receive in game 3. We will have a 2-minute break for some commercials, and we'll be back. Stay tuned, folks.
The gearbox leather sticks to my hand like it is my skin.
The best feeling in the world. You pull that thing out of the package, and you can kind of just feel it still molded into the way they packaged it.
It's honestly is one of the best feelings ever. You put the new glove and you're like, I got this. It's so light and so like comfortable that I feel like I'm playing with my bare hand.
The grip is a lot better, so I love having new gloves.
Listo. We're here in San Luis Potosí. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Diego Gatica, Tim Boghurst, Pablo Farge, Rafael Gatica, and Alexi Coco. What a group. This is the last match of the tournament of 7 days, 12 countries, 200 plus athletes. By the way, congratulations to all the delegations, including Team Ireland, for traveling across the water. And congratulations to all the winners in all categories. By the way, Gustavo, anybody that played is a winner.
Well said, Gary.
0-0 in the tiebreak, 11 points. So each of the 3 games, Ruiz started with a skip, 1-0. Made up for it with that straight in kill right side. Team Bolivia, Ruiz serving 0-1, first to 11.
I don't know if our viewers know, but we're trying to get the sport of racquetball into the Olympics. There's an opportunity in 2028, as I understand, in Los Angeles. And one of the difficulties we've had with the sport is that it is not a viewer-friendly sport for those folks that don't understand racquetball. It makes it difficult to appreciate all of what goes on. As we know it, the racquetball community is a good-sized community, but still very small in terms of number of countries that partake in the event worldwide. And that is why we are looking at some of the different ways that can make the game a little more viewer-friendly in years to come. And I think there's some good suggestions out there.
Thank you for that insight, Gustavo. We resume play. Mexico serving 1-0. Fernandez, Nick lob right, Ruiz to the ceiling. Flat, winner by Rodriguez. This is his last hurrah in juniors. He wants to go out a gold medalist.
Goes for the nick, but didn't hit it.
Probably lost vision. Visual impairment off that glass. It's amazing that that doesn't happen more often. Oh, with that skip by Rodriguez, Bolivia comes in 0-2. First to 11 again. 2 timeouts for each team. 3 available appeals. Ball skipped and called by De Leon. Skip.
Good call.
So there's an appeal. In this case, Gustavo, in this case, Team Bolivia should concur with their coaching staff before they appeal. I'm not convinced that the coaching staff said appeal.
They should look at their coaching staff because the coaching staff has an appreciation of what is happening inside the court a little bit differently than the players do.
So Team Bolivia did score 1. They halved the deficit. It's 2-1 Mexico.
We will have the award ceremony immediately following the culmination of this event.
Ball's down. This event will be in 2019, will be in San Jose, Costa Rica at their municipal complex. And we understand they're going to erect another 4 championship courts, which will make it 8.
Major events for us next year will be April Pan American Racquetball. Going to take place in Barranquilla, Colombia. In the summer, we're going to have the opportunity, Gary, to go to Lima, Peru for the Pan Am Games, which starts, not exactly sure what Saturday at the end of July, but it will start then and finish up the first week of July.
And the Pan Am Championships, the one in April in Barranquilla, is a qualifier. And this is off the record, but I'm confident that if there is a Peruvian racquetball team, they will be exempt from qualifying because they're the homegrown team. Amazing. Punto, avoidable hinder call. Safety issue, he held up. And failure to move, that was a block. So it's 5-1 now.
That was the second appeal used, too.
They have 1 left. Mexico has all 3. Neither team has taken a timeout until now. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back.
What's the Olympic dream? The Olympic dream is hard work, it's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
We're back. We want to recognize some delegates here. Osvaldo Maggi, president of International Racquetball. Marcelo Gomez, president of the Pan American Racquetball Confederation. Miguel Perea, president of Mexican Racquetball. And you're watching Team Mexico trying to close out this tiebreak and earn a gold in the boys 18 doubles. Oh, he skipped it in. See Ruiz talking to himself. Calmed down by Gerson. 6-1.
Something quite interesting I noticed here, that all 4 players seem to be sponsored by Gearbox. Using
The
Gearbox equipment
official ball.
of the World Junior Racquetball Championships.
Oh, almost. Fernandez tried to keep the ball in play by hitting it 55 feet. 1-7. It's time. Es tiempo for Bolivia. Okay. Gerson was out of the way. I'm not convinced that Ramon's going to call that next time. So it doesn't happen. His partner hits it to his same side. Second point. 2-7. Probably a wiser serve there, Gustavo.
Much.
Hand out, 38-foot sidewall, front wall combo winner by Fernandez.
Wow. Incredible hands. We've said that over and over again.
And I'll answer by saying, wow. Gerson left side. Oh, broken ball. They'll replay the point, first serve. Anytime, that was first serve, but if there's a false serve and it's second serve and the rally starts, anytime the ball is broken during that rally, it's a replay and it reverts back to first serve. If the dead ball occurs during the serve on the second serve, it doesn't nullify a previous false serve at second serve.
Test question for our
El Paso contingent.
and for the other international racquetball referees.
A great cadre of 17 officials here, Gustavo. Call is made, legal shot by De Leon. There's an appeal by Team Bolivia. Call stands. Appeal used. So Bolivia has no more appeals in this game, in this match. Will it be a factor? We'll see.
They should have looked at their coach again. I think their coach was telling them, don't request that appeal.
Coaches Mercado and Tapia.
Supermercado. Almost a Camacho.
Dead ball hinder replay.
Good call.
Repita, vuelve, over. 8-2, second server. Oh, wasn't able to negotiate that back wall shot, Gerson, so it's 9-2, 2 points from the title.
3 players on that left wall.
Bolivia needs to make a statement here. Get a side out and then score. Okay, so that's the first part of the equation. They got the side out. Now they need to bunch some points because they have a 7-point deficit, 2-9. Goes back to that left side serve. You talked about the first serve being a free one. So here, half lob, right side.
And I think they are. They've been at about 10%. Pretty much what I've seen the entire tournament.
That'll help. Errant forehand splat by Rodriguez, so 3-9. That was a better serve. It kicked into the side wall. Oh, he handcuffed Ruiz on the right side after the ball kissed off that glass. Tough response.
Now, if Bolivia had another appeal, I would have appealed my own serve.
Well taken.
I think that was a short serve, and the one individual that thought it was short was Rodriguez. So coaching is what it's about there. The coach should have seen that, but of course they don't have any appeals left, so it doesn't matter.
As Fernandez skips the backhand, so it's 0.4, 4-9. Side out. Fernandez, see if he comes back with that Nick lob right side. He's looking to his coach, Martin. Martin stands up and gives him the hand pump. He doesn't. He decides to amp it up to the left and hit that short serve. So he'll probably come back to the Nick right now. Half lob. Skip by Fernandez. He wants that one back. Don't count anybody out of this match. These players are too good. So, pumped up, Ruiz. Let's go. Very passive coaching staff in the stands. 4-9, first server.
Tournament started last Sunday, so this is the seventh day.
It's not what the doctor ordered there, Gustavo.
Frustration with the glass. Looks easy from out here, wondering how he could miss that. But
yeah, it was great depth on that ceiling ball into the back corner. Didn't kick out. Unfazed. Ruiz takes that ball off the glass and rolls it out right corner. Oh my, left up shot by Ruiz. The response, cross-court kill by Fernandez. So we have match point number 1, Team Mexico. This would be La Revancha, the revenge match. Earlier in the pool play they lost. And there it is. You just saw Team Mexico get their revenge. 13-15, 15-6, 11-4 here at La Loma.